Hey everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you episode 157 of What the Dice. Wow, just wow. We are closing in on the final arc, and it has been a blast doing this. And do not fear, we do have another season in the works. I am finishing up the last few bits of writing before we officially start recording. Of course, my team does get a little bit of break because I have some plans. We want to do some collabs. That's right, in Season 2, you might hear new voices. It might be for only a couple of episodes, but new voices, new talent, and new friends to make. So, keep your ears peeled. You never know who is going to show up. So, you want to know who? The what? The where? Join our Discord. If you head on over to whatthedice.weebly.com, or if you join us on YouTube, youtube.com/@whatthedicepod, you will find all of our links there and more. And you can join us in our community and hang out and chat and learn who, the what, the where, and the when. But that is all the time I have for this intro. I will catch you guys in the next episode. I'm Dan the GM. Enjoy this week's episode. It's early morning and we are walking around the market gathering supplies. We were given a couple of options on adventures today, one of which we accepted. They need help clearing out a mine nearby. It's an old abandoned dwarven mine, and our gut tells us that they are preparing an escape route. But again, with no proof, it's all a thought, a fleeting thought. Our hope is that the rumors of war is wrong, that it is just town criers looking to get some attention, or some rumor monger that is wanting to stir up something. Nowadays it's hard to determine what's what. But as the day moves on slowly, and we listen to the rumors that are being spread throughout the town, we find ourselves, at the end of the day, making our way down to the storyteller's campsite, where the scene isn't much different. There are a handful of people dressed in leather armor. We don't recognize their indications or their badges. They have a short conversation with the storyteller, who promptly shoos them away at our arrival. As we take our seats, the storyteller smiles at us.
Well, it seems as if the adventurers have finally made it back to the homelands. Staring at a strange rat who's very confused at their sudden appearance through teleportation. Well, you'd think that this was the strangest thing the adventurers had to go through, but you and I know different. That's right. They have gone through the Godsville with creatures and dwarves of manner of speaking. They were struck out of the sky from an angry god, and they made their ways through the Miranda, a forgotten world, all of its own, with its own strange creatures and strange problems. And then dealing with Casimir and corrupted Fae, you think that this last mission would be the easiest, or at least the less strange. But no, not at all. Nicodemus needs one last item. The Reaper's Scythe. So the adventurers, Kalila and Defibulus, must now find a way to summon death without dying. An easy task, one might think, but with a world where the Bone God seems to be able to resurrect anyone to serve him, I wonder what happens when one tries to summon death itself. Well, my friends, sit back, relax, and hear me tale.
In the last episode, you guys finally made it back to the mainland. Finding a strange rat having lunch, you guys sat and talked about all the nuances of everything that's going on and what your theories are of what's going on and why Hold's Keep is under attack. We come back as the rat driver, Rayo, is literally licking the last bits of crumbs off of his fingers. He slowly stands, giving that as he walks over and starts to climb into the cart, looking back at you. Well, ready to go when you all are.
We're good. Thanks for the ride, by the way.
Well, I was always taught traveling should have company, and I ain't had company in a while. As he begins to get the horse moving, you guys make yourselves comfortable in the back. The ride is slow, and you can just hear that squeak of the cart as it's moving across the plainlands. You can see sections of where war had happened out here. There's arrows and damaged weaponry aplenty. As you get further and further away, you start to see the dense grass starts to become sparse. There are no more bushes or trees that you can see, and you start to see more sand. As you get closer, the horse kind of kicks and starts to move. Rayo's trying to get control of the horse, and I need a perception check from everyone.
34.
35.
Both of you see as a shot crashes down behind. It was a single bullet, but it seems to have spooked the horse, and you are moving into the sands as there's a crack of thunder off in the distance. And you start to see the sand become denser and denser as you are moving into the actual desert region. Rayo is trying to kind of get the horse under control. As you guys are starting to see more dunes, you start to hear something that doesn't sound natural.
I was gonna sit up from enjoying and happily enjoying a regular carriage ride on the ground that is not a ship in water being dragged under the ocean or a airship in the sky being shot down. But we'll sit up, her ears really perked up, and look at Defibulus going, do you hear that?
Yep, I hear it. I wish I didn't.
What do you think that is? As she's getting her bow out.
Defibulus, I need a knowledge check.
Just straight knowledge or just
straight knowledge.
19?
With a 19, Defibulus, this sounds like a paddle boat engine, but not. There's that chugging and that chugging as something is building up speed, and as you kind of sit and start to realize that's the sound of an engine, the world seems to slow down as there is a shadow that casts over the cart. A massive four-wheeled vehicle jumps a dune, lands next to it, sliding to a drift to coming up behind, and coming from the top, you recognize someone. His arm is clockwork and sparking lightning as there's four beams of lightning striking the ground, and you see your brother, rifle in hand, yelling out to chase you.
He's not even smart enough to get the hint he's dead.
Defibulus? Didn't we kill him?
Like I said, he's not even smart enough to get the hint that he died.
A shot rings out and strikes the ironwood in front of you as you hear another chamber enter the barrel of his gun. Now, Defibulus, we're not done. As a metal shield starts to lower, you see Sheriff and the deputy in the front of this vehicle, steering it towards you.
Does anyone stay dead anymore?
Do you see an orc with him?
Another shot rings out, and I need a roll for initiative.
Kalila mumbling under her breath. Under her breath that she feared this guy wasn't dead. 21.
31.
Nice. Kalila's ears are back as she was mumbling under her breath about this guy should have stayed dead. Can we insert a bad joke about you shooting the sheriff and his deputy?
If you can make it, yes.
Which Kalila's going to be probably, while pulling out her bow, and initial rolls are happening, going to be looking going, Rayo? Kick it into high gear. We got company.
Rayo clacks the horse's reins to get it to move faster as Varric laughs, and you hear the sound of metal grinding against metal as a barrel slowly appears from the top of this strange machine.
What in the world is that, Defibulus?
That looks like a cannon.
Kalila's ears just go back, remembering the last time he had a cannon. I don't know if her ears can get any flatter than what they already are.
Top of round. Defibulus, you are first.
Well, I'm gonna try something stupid.
That's our way of things.
I'm gonna try to wild shot the cannon. The barrel of that cannon.
Do it.
That is a called shot.
How far away is this thing from us anyway?
It is 30 feet behind you right now.
Called shots -2?
Yes.
Man, that thing is close.
It literally hit the dune right behind you.
Yeah.
43.
All right, you hear the plink of your bullet against the metal of this vehicle. I need you to roll a d6 first.
One.
Okay, and now I need a d100.
99.
Talk about your dice being bipolar.
Yeah, they're not that friendly.
You are now covered in a thick fog that is black, and you cannot see yourself through it. As the carriage continues to move, the fog doesn't stay with you. It is now just making a streak of black, giving it this, it looks like your carriage is on fire type look.
All right.
Doesn't mean it's harder for us to get hit?
It gives you guys partial concealment.
Oh, that's handy.
Can I?
Next on the list.
I saw another attack though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like, oh, you're skipping. the
Denied.
turn. So who do I have a clear line of shot on it in that wagon or thing?
It's what's your definition of clear shot? Because you have the sheriff and the deputy that are in partial cover because they are they're kind of behind what looks like a grated steel vent thing. Your brother is in partial cover because he is behind a cannon. And then there's the vehicle itself, which you have a clear shot at.
Anything on that vehicle look fragile to shoot?
You would have to roll a perception.
37.
With a 37, you look over it and you can't see any vulnerable spots. It looks like this thing is made from cast iron and steel, as well as sections that are reinforced with mithril. The cannon itself is a long barrel that you can see the rifling in, and you can see that it is loaded, but you do not know with what. But the whole thing looks like it is pretty heavily armored, as if this thing is designed to go against armies.
All right, well, I'll just try to shoot my brother since, siblings.
All right, go for it.
Nat 20.
Woo!
Are you using wild shot again?
No, I'm using standard shot.
Okay. Roll your damage.
92 damage.
Okay.
See, my dice don't like him.
No, they don't.
As your bullet hits, there's a spark of lightning as something seems to deflect some of the damage. It is now his round. Now, what do I want to do? Let's go odds and evens. 2. There's the sounds of clicking as something in that vehicle is moving the turret to aim at you.
Who is you?
The cart. There's a explosion to the left as the cart veers to the right hard as one of the cannon shots goes wide. You could see Varric laughing as he is pulling a lever, and you can hear the sounds of a chamber opening up. There's a quick burst of white smoke as it is now the sheriff's round. The sheriff seems to just kind of leans out a little bit, looking up through the grating, and you see a pistol get pushed through the slotting. And Kalila, you can see that his sights have been set on you.
All right.
Does a 33 hit?
How much am I granted for partial cover? Because I'm assuming we're in half to 3/4 because of the way I would imagine the wagon itself gives us partial and then the smoke screen.
So it's the smoke screen gives you the partial cover. It is it's like quarter cover for the grate itself.
All right, so how much does that add to my AC to hit?
+2.
It will hit me.
All right. You feel a bullet strike into you, and it is scalding hot. You take 8 points of damage.
All right. Blight.
The deputy, you could see him look away from the controls for just a moment and do something. And the vehicle slows down just a little bit, now at 50 feet away. Rayo snaps the reins and takes another hard left and moves into a heavier dust or a heavier duned area and is kind of swerving left and right to get space between you and the vehicle. Kalila, your round.
Alrighty, very first thing that actually Kalila's going to do, considering she already got technically shot, is a new spell that she has, which is called Stone Skin. And she's actually going to reach out and cast it on Defibulus first. It's considered a touch attack, quote unquote, so she's just going to reach far enough to touch him. And what that essentially does is that the subject gains a DR of 10. It ignores the first 10 points of damage each time it takes damage from a weapon. Once the spell has prevented a total of 10 points of damage per caster level, so I'm level 15, so 150 points, it is discharged.
All right, so Defibulus, you have 150 of DR, and it is temporary.
And and it's only 10 points per shot. So if he gets shot with 20 points of damage, he takes 10, not counting his own DR.
Okay.
And then Kalila's going to cast that on herself, and that will be her round.
Hugin and Mugen.
Hugin is actually going to rear his little spidery butt up and do something that has not been seen before.
Oh, Jen, what's that?
I'm scrolling down to it right now. Nettle hairs, which he can throw, similar to, if anybody is familiar with, the pink-toed, pink-haired spider. They can pluck hairs off of their butt and throw it at people.
That's just wrong.
I know, right? So, Hugin is going to launch some of his nettle hairs, and since it saw, I believe it. Who hit Kalila?
Sheriff.
The sheriff. It will target the sheriff.
Okay. So roll your range.
Just imagine your spider yelling, "Suffer the wrath of my butt hairs."
Does a 34 hit?
A 34 for the sheriff. That is a hit.
Awesome, and it gets 2 attacks. So, second nettle hair being launched. And again, same number, 34.
That is a hit.
Alrighty, rolling for his damage. The first nettle hair strikes and does. I'm seeing if I add anything to it. Hold on. I don't think it does. I think it's only 4 points. And the second, ooh, strikes better with a 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And Mugen's gonna position himself and launch 4 missiles.
All right, go for it.
We're gonna say at the brother.
Okay.
Does a 33 hit the brother?
It does.
Fantastic. Rolling a d4 to see just how many missiles connect. 3 of them will hit at the brother. The first missile hits for 6 points of damage. Another 6 points of damage. And the last one hits for 8.
As that last explosion goes off, there's a spark coming from his arm, and one of those beams of lightning breaks. And you start to see something start to move under the sand. Defibulus, your round.
I'm going to use one attack to switch to my sparkle bit hand cannon, and I'm going to fire it at the drivers.
Oh, nice. Blind him for a round.
That's my hope.
What is the range on that weapon?
A 10 by 40 cone blast is all it says.
So that means it's 40 feet is its max range. It's outside the range.
Oh, that's right. The ship.
What did I say? They were at 50 because they were
Yeah.
at 30. So they're at 50. So yeah, you can roll.
35.
All right. And you were aiming at the drivers?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Prepare for the absolute most massive amount of damage I can deal. 7 points of damage.
All right, and I have a save against the blinding, correct?
I believe so. Let me check. Just says they suffer a -3 to hit and are blinded for 2 rounds.
That makes it Varric's turn. Varric is not happy with Defibulus.
When is he ever?
He is going to pull out this strange firearm that has boning and strange clockwork bits to it. And he is going to fire. Does a 30 hit?
Mm-hmm.
Are we still in cover?
Did you add your +2 to AC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9 points of damage.
So I took nothing this turn.
Yep.
Your DR gets tagged.
Yep. So here's a question. My armor grants me DR versus range as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do I subtract the armor's DR first, then the...
I think you take the magical DR first because your armor DR is constant DR. The temporary DR gets hit first because it's a magical shield.
Okay. That's so curious about.
That makes it the sheriff's round. Sheriff is targeting Defibulus because he just got shot by dirtiness. Defibulus, you can see the sheriff taking careful aim at your arm. Does a 28 hit?
That does not hit.
Okay. That bullet just bounces off the edge of your armor, and you can feel that he was targeting your shoulder.
Rude.
Deputy's turn. The deputy stands up and chucks something from the pilot seat. Kalila does a 18 hit?
No, an 18 is a miss.
As this strange glass hits the ground next to the carriage, it ignites and this super black heat. And you can see some of the ironwood kind of start to smolder.
Is it actually catching fire, or is it just a momentary, like, burn?
It's more of that momentary smolder. It has not caught, but it has definitely done some damage to the wood itself.
Okay, just so I know if I need to pay attention and put the fire out before it starts, or if it's one of those, all right, it'll be okay.
Okay. Kalila, your round.
My rounds. So I have casted 2 spells. So next thing's always a first thing. Grav Bow's going to be casted.
Okay.
Alright, so there is a spell that I have picked up called Ricochet Shot, which essentially allows me to, instead of my projectile being destroyed upon hit, it will ricochet to another target, and 1 projectile can ricochet per 3 caster levels, so I might be able to hit all 4 of them in one shot with a ricochet bounce.
There's 3 of them, but yes.
Okay, sorry, I didn't remember. Who's the driver? Because there's the brother, the sheriff,
It looks like the deputy is the driver, the sheriff is sidecar, like passenger, and the brother is up and behind a cannon shield.
All right, well then she is going to cast Ricochet Shot and take aim at whoever's the most open to hit.
They're all pretty well covered.
All right. She's going to take aim at the brother.
Okay. Roll.
Just mathing. Does a 39 hit?
That does hit.
Awesome possum, 39.
It's not a penguin.
It's not a penguin. Pulling out damage dice. So the brother will take 27 points of damage with a nice gator arrow that slashes through him and will ricochet to the next closest. So sheriff or deputy, take your pick. Now I do have to roll, I believe, for the attack on.
Yeah, you should have to roll against their AC.
Yes, I was just confirming it.
Yep.
Does a 35 hit?
Yes.
And the next will take 22 points of damage. And for the last, does a 33
Yes.
for 18. I'm sorry, 21. I forgot to add my 3. Now, would I be able to do that? At least shoot a regular arrow after that one
Go ahead and roll a second time.
for just a regular attack.
Yes.
And then a good old standard arrow back to, starting with the top of it, the brother.
Okay.
Does a 39.
That is a hit.
26 points of damage.
All right. As your arrow strikes, you see a spark of something. Okay. There are still 3 strikes of streams of lightning. I need a perception check from everyone.
Uh-oh.
35.
32.
As you are paying attention to what's going on, all of a sudden you start to notice that this strange lump of dirt is starting to move faster and faster towards the cart. And I need everyone to give me a con save.
Con! No, sorry.
13.
Are you adding your con bonus?
Yes, I rolled a 10.
Okay.
17.
All right, you are both sick, nauseated for 1 round.
What does nauseated?
All right, so you are unable to attack, cast spells, concentrate, or do anything requiring attention for 1 round. You can
Okay.
only take 1 move action per round.
Also, we forgot Hugin and Mugen.
Hugin or Mugen would not need to roll it because he does not have lungs.
Yes. But I was referring to Hugin gets to throw his butt hairs.
Okay, go ahead.
One of them is a nat 1.
Since he is throwing his hair and he rolled a nat 1, I want to roll. All right. Defibulous, do you want 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6?
5, 6.
Okay. Kalila, do you want 1, 2, or 3, 4?
1, 2.
All right, so that leaves Mugen with the other one. All right. You said 3, 4, right?
I said 1, 2 for Kalila.
Okay. So I need you to roll the damage for the butt hairs, and they are hitting Mugen.
You mean Mugen?
Mugen, yes, they are hitting Mugen.
That would be a 6 points.
All right, Mugen takes 6 points of damage. As your his butt spider wiggles, he flings them, and they hit his rat buddy.
That's the win. But the other one should go towards the sheriff for a 33.
And that is a hit.
And the sheriff will take a whopping 10 points of damage from that hair.
Okay.
Now it is the next turn, sorry.
All right, so
We are all nauseated.
yep, you are all nauseated for 1 round, so that means on the next round you can only take move actions. Defibulous, your round. What would you like to do?
Hide.
Yeah, I think I'll hide since I can't do anything.
All right, so if you lay down, you will be under full cover.
I will lay down.
All right, Varric's turn. Varric is going to pull the cannon power button. Pull the cannon power button. He's going to pull the lever.
Pull that lever!
And the cannon is jammed.
Ooh, lucky us. Rolled a nat 1.
Yes, I rolled a nat 1. The sheriff sees that it is jammed, and he is going to begin to unjam it. The deputy is going to attempt to get closer. All right, he is keeping distance. That makes it Kalila Mugen's turn.
Well, Kalila is nauseated, so she's going to duck down with Defibulous.
All right, you are under full cover.
But is Hugin unaffected by this?
The spider?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. He should have rolled a con as well.
I never rolled a con for him because we never called it. I'm going to roll that now for him.
Okay.
Probably failed because it's an 8 on the die. I mean, that's a 14.
Nope, does not pass.
All right, well then he's also ducking low. Now, Mugen would not be affected by this, right?
Correct, because he doesn't have lungs.
Well, he has reloaded his missiles and is going to target the sheriff. Or actually, who's piloting?
Deputy.
Deputy. Gonna target the deputy. Nat 20.
Okay, that means all 4 missiles hit at full damage.
So 12, 12, 12, 12, I believe. Not unless they do times 2.
I believe they should be doing times 2.
Because it's, yeah. Yep, so that would be 12, 12, 48 points of damage times 2. 96 points.
All right, it is the thing that you don't know what it is yet.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to try to ram the cart.
Our cart or...
Your cart. All right, so there's something that comes up, and you see this strange, arrow-headed, burrowing, strange creature slam into the wheel and sends the cart veering to the right. Let me see if Roy can get this under control. Yes, he is able to kind of stabilize the cart, but you guys kind of get rolled around as this thing just slams into you. Would anyone like to roll a knowledge nature?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Nope, Kalila was too busy getting tossed around in the cart. I rolled a nat 1 on my knowledge check.
Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, you recognize it as some kind of burrowing sandworm. They are large and have this sand color with this mix of this mithril silver, and they are usually fairly large.
Sorry, Defibris will notify everyone there's a sandworm attacking us.
Kalila's ears pick up. Oh, what? Which does she know what a sandworm is?
With the 1, no, but you can re-roll it now that you've been given some information.
All right, 24.
With a 24, you realize that these were always just a lore, that they are the apex predator of the sands. They tend to attack from underground and try to swallow their targets whole. But this one does not look like it is a large one. This looks like it is fairly... Well, it is a large creature, but...
All right, with that, Kalila's ears are going to go back with a, oh, that's not good.
Defibulus, you would remember that these, from what you remember, these are immune to electricity and have a cold vulnerability.
Doesn't like lightning, but doesn't bothered by lightning, but definitely doesn't like the cold.
Would Kalila remember anything with her 24?
No.
All right, that's fair enough. She goes, great, let's see if it'll hopefully attack them, not us.
And as you now realize you are dealing with a sandworm, we are going to call this week's episode here.
Well, me friends, it seems as if Defibulus's brother, Varric, has decided to make himself seen and attack the adventurers with this strange vehicle powered by steam or something. And in tow, he seems to have captured at least one of the apex predators known as a sandworm. Well, me friends, there's much desert that they can run in, but the question is, how will they survive? Well, me friends, unfortunately, this tale must continue at a different time. For you see, the moon is high, and it is time for us to say farewell. But, as always, me friends, may the dice gods bless your every roll.
We here at What the Dice would like to thank Paizo for creating Pathfinder, Epidemic Sound for our music, as well as Sirenscape for our sound effects. If you would like to reach out to us, you can do so on Facebook at What the Dice Pod, Twitter at What the Dice Pod, and of course email whatthedicepod@gmail.com. And if you liked our little adventure, please share us with your friends and rate and review us.